Hey, everybody. Let me let these people in. Okay. Welcome, welcome. Let me get everybody added. And I believe we are already recording. Let me find that here and double check. Yeah, we are recording, so good deal. Don't want to forget that. Okay. So we'll get officially started here in a minute, but grab you, a drink, a snack, maybe a notepad if you need to take any notes, and we will get rolling here. Letting some more in. Looks like we're going to have a good crowd tonight, so that's fun. And we've still got 1 minute. As you're joining, put in the chat where you're from. Let me know where you're from. I live in the middle of nowhere, Missouri. Not in the middle of Missouri, but the middle of nowhere. I live down on the Arkansas line. So let me know in the comments in the chat where you're from. And let me know if you're joining as a stylist or if you're joining as a someone that wants to hear information. Put stylist or information. Because I know we have some stylists jump on to be with their people that they've invited. And our team is getting rather large. I might not recognize all the names, but um, okay, well, 7 o'clock. So we're going to get this story rolling. So, I am Sarah Jane Inman, and I'm a senior division with Park Lane. I'm a member of the Lighthouse team, and I'm going to try to watch the waiting room while I'm doing this. So, I joined Park Lane 5 years ago. And I'm gonna move my camera so you can see the shirt I have on because that's what we're gonna base this on. So it says "Live a great story." My computer's one of those that follows me, so it doesn't always show my shirt. But we're gonna talk about living a great story and how you write your own story and how Park Lane has already written an amazing story and they continue to add chapters and sequels and it's like a really good book series. So when I joined Park Lane 5 years ago, I came in as a direct to point. That means I had previous leadership experience with another direct sales company. I've been in direct sales for 16 years, coming up on 17 really quick, and love it. I love the flexibility of it. Um, it fit my life real good for the last 16 years. I also was a career accountant. I did books all day long. And it was like a real high stress job. I moved millions of dollars and things like that. So then when I wanted to be able to retire when I turned 55. So in order for me to do that, I needed a different gig. I needed a different direct sales company that was going to provide the right income for me to be able to retire and kind of replace my job's income. All those things. My husband had already retired. I was getting tired of him asking me on Sunday night why I was going to bed early. And he'd go, "Oh, yeah, you have to work tomorrow." Things like that. He's just really snotty about it. So I was ready to retire and goof off and do what I wanted to do. So um, I decided then to start looking at some different companies. And Park Lane, one of my friends joined there. I'd never heard of Park Lane. And she's like, "Well, it's been in business for then it was like 65 years." And I'm like, "Oh, I've still never heard of it." So put in the comments if you had never heard of Park Lane before now, or before you joined if you're already a stylist. I had not. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that or not. I just didn't know. I wore jewelry, but I wore the same jewelry every day. So I didn't think I needed Park Lane in my life, which I was wrong. And I get tickled all the time that people say, "Oh, I don't wear jewelry." Well, there are so many stylists now that said they never wore jewelry and then they joined. It's just hilarious. So I like it when, never say never, right? So I joined Park Lane, hit the ground running because that's how I operate. I'm a carrot chaser. I like to earn trips. I like a paycheck. I like that we have a weekly paycheck with Park Lane. And so I started writing my own story with Park Lane. And then when I turned 55, day after my birthday, I retired. And I was able then we farm, we have horses, we show horses, race horses, train horses. We have a registered cow herd. We're pretty busy in the general life anyway. And then our kids all live 5, 7, or 11, 13. I'm not sure how far California is from me. I'm not going to drive it to find out, but that's where our kids all live. So we're busy people. We're on the road a lot. We have aging parents that need taken care of. Put parents in the comment if you are realizing that that is a problem in life that no one told us about. So we're spending a lot of our time. We need to be flexible. Like I could not have a job with all that we have going on anymore. Like you can't just, sorry, got to run mom here and there. You can't do that. So this is working out really well. So I did retire. Like I said, we have a farm. We live in the middle of nowhere. Um, the closest Walmart is 20 miles, and there is an Aldi in town, so that's a plus. But, I don't do anything in person. Um, have done my business even before Park Lane totally online once my kids got in high school and college, just because I needed the flexibility to travel and do. And I didn't want to go to work all day and then work all night also. So when I worked full time, I did my business of a morning. I would work like an hour before I went to work. And then I would work on my lunch hour. And then I would maybe work a little in the evening, maybe not. It just depended if I had a party that night or anything. But I do mine totally online. And in my 5 years with Park Lane, I've sold over 800,000 in jewelry. So you can do it um, part time. I mean, I don't spend 8 hours a day at all. I don't spend 3 hours a day. It does vary. Some days I might spend 30 minutes, some days I might spend an hour. So that's a good flexibility about Park Lane. One of my favorite things about my story with Park Lane. Um, Okay, so Park Lane was a solution for me to retire early. It allows income because off of, you sell that much, you're going to have a pretty good paycheck. And travel. I can afford to travel to go see our kids that live away. And I can afford to, if I've got too many young horses right now, I can afford to send one to someone else to be ridden. That's what I've got one somewhere else right now. I'm riding one and that guy's riding one because I just don't have time. But Park Lane has allowed me to do that, so I don't have to do it all myself anymore. Um, okay, so enough about me and my story. That's the preface, okay? So now we're going to talk about Park Lane's story, okay? So we're going to talk about 5 different chapters. So chapter 1 is uh, Park Lane as a direct sales profession is amazing, okay? That's chapter 1. That's like a big heading, right? It provides flexibility. I'm reading my notes, by the way. Flexibility, which is important. 90% of our stylists have a full-time job. So it is great to add in, layer in. Like for me, my job was like pretty high stress. So jewelry was fun. I needed something fun in my life because debits and credits are not fun. Okay. So especially if they don't balance, but I needed something fun and jewelry is fun. So I feel like in life, when you're talking to your customers, when you're talking to your team, it's all about fun. And if it's not fun, people aren't going to do it, right? So jewelry is fun. And jewelry always fits too. I don't have to tell anybody they need to lose a little weight. They can pile on all the bracelets they want. It's going to fit. Okay. Um, it provides immediate income. Park Lane pays every week. So if I know I have some expenses coming up, I may layer in an extra party or two because I'm going to get that money next week. Once I close that show, I get paid the next week. Um, and that's really nice. Then it's a plug and play business platform. So our team is really good to help one another, whether it's your upline, your sideline. Everyone helps everyone. You have scripts you can use, like for parties if you want to. The wording's there. You can change it to suit yourself. You can use the graphics that are made for our team. So you're not always having to take your pictures of yourself. Although your people like to see yourself. But you may not have every piece of jewelry, and that's okay because you can look up the other pieces of jewelry and share one of those pictures. You can share other people's story. Like if you have a friend that's an accountant and wants to retire, share my story with her, and that might resonate with her. Like we have teachers that have retired, we have nurses that have retired. We have ladies in the military that have retired. We've got lawyers on our team that retired. So don't think that just because you've got a big fancy career that Park Lane won't fit you because Park Lane is fun. So, in general, my career wasn't very fun. So, jewelry is. Put fun in the comments if you are looking for fun in life. I mean, why would you not look for fun, right? Okay. So then the next question, next chapter is why jewelry? Well, I say why not jewelry, right? I mean, out of all the things you could do, why not jewelry? Okay, they've got something for everyone. There's no expertise, there's no experience needed. Anyone can do it, obviously. I mean, I'm a farm girl in the middle of Missouri. I can do it. Um, I say middle, Arkansas line at the bottom in the middle. Okay. Um, and it's a consumable product. You might think that, oh, so and so will buy once and they won't buy anymore. Well, that's false. Jewelry is like an addiction, I guess. And every time you get a new outfit, you're like, oh, I need a new necklace. Or you could be like me. And when you see something coming out, like, say, when the lolly necklace came out, I was like, oh, that's a good reason I need another mustard top or I need another turquoise top to go with this super cute necklace. So people do shop around the jewelry too. They don't just buy the clothes and then buy the jewelry. Sometimes they buy the jewelry and then they add it to their closet of their outfits or whatever. So you'd be amazed. Jewelry is a consumable product. Um, we do have the Sparkle Box, which is an every month subscription, but in general, they're going to shop. And then Park Lane is so smart and drops all those cute little style drops every week that we all just have to have. So then, therefore, that just adds more sales for you. Okay. Jewelry spreads joy and it puts smiles on people's faces. I mean, if you like getting a compliment, put compliment in the comments. Okay. Um, it's fun to get compliments. People will say, I love that necklace. The drive-through ladies, I don't care what drive-through you're in, they are going to love your arm party. Like everywhere I go, they're like, oh, I love those bracelets. So my husband just sits over there and chuckles. He even got a compliment on his shirt on our last trip, and he thought they were talking to me because nobody ever says they like his shirt. He goes, oh, you mean mine? It was just hilarious. So, yes, compliments and jewelry is a compliment catcher. I mean, I look at jewelry, I look at shoes, I look at hair, so people do, and jewelry is fun. Okay, so then let me see what's next on our chapter, in this chapter too that we're doing. Um, it's a great conversation starter, just like the gal at the drive-through. You can say, she can say, "Oh, I love that bracelet." Well, then you get started with it. You're like, "Oh, I like yours too. That's cute. I happen to sell this, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, and it's just a conversation starter." Or it could be you're at the ballpark and you see these moms sitting over there, and maybe you don't know anybody, and they comment on your jewelry. And then you can say, "Oh, thank you." Well, that opens up you a door to strike up a conversation with them and make new friends. So then, you get to know these other people all because they liked your jewelry. So I feel like jewelry creates connections, and who doesn't love to make new friends, right? So, like in my current VIP group, those aren't my customers, those are my friends. Like, I'm planning, I want to go on a tour and visit them all, because that's fun. And I like having friends. Okay. Um, Chapter 3. Okay, remember we're writing our own story here. And so why Park Lane? I mean, there's probably some other jewelry companies you can do. I don't know, I haven't looked. But why not Park Lane? I mean, good gosh, they have been in business for 70 years. We're coming up on 71. I mean, I'm old, but I'm not that old, and that's just crazy. I just can't imagine. They're just so successful. Like my mom is 90, and I swear every time I talk to her, she's like, I'm just amazed at what all Park Lane does. And I'm like, yeah, it's just really cool. So they started when Shirley was 16, and Arthur, he was older than her, but I don't remember his age. But he said Shirley loved jewelry and Arthur loved Shirley, so he was going to do it. And then so they got started, and it's just amazing the story of her traveling around. They drove one of those big old station wagons, like on the vacation movie, with all the kids rode up in the back. And the kids work there. So it's like a multi-generation company. They choose to run their company. They don't have, they don't hire a CEO and they don't hire an accountant and they don't hire all the things. It's actually the brothers doing those positions and the grandkids doing those positions. Our jewelry is designed by Taylor Levine, who is Shirley's granddaughter. Our commission checks are cut by Scotty, who is also a grandson. So, I mean, it's the family business. And if you ever meet them, you actually feel like family. They're hanging out at the pool on the vacations. It's not like seeing a Sasquatch sighting where you go, oh, there they are. It's not like that at all. They're just hanging out. They are normal people. They're just successful people. So it's been really nice. Okay. It's like a breath of fresh air. Okay. Um, if you've ever shopped, I should say sharked. If you've ever shopped Park Lane before, you're familiar with our customer special. I mean, where else can you get four half price items when you buy two cheap as you can full price items? I mean, if I could do that at Dillard's, look out. But my husband's probably lucky that I can't do that at Dillard's, but we can do it at Park Lane. And it is amazing to be able to shop our customer sale. So our friends like it. People at the parties love it. And then we have those bonus deals on top of that. So that's just like icing on the cake. And then you've got sprinkles on the icing. Super fun. Our hostess rewards are incredible. If you have ever hosted, I want you to put host in the comments. And our hostess rewards, they're better than any, I think. I've hosted a few other parties for people, and some of them I'm like embarrassed by the amount of lack of hostess rewards that they get. And then there's a couple that are okay, but then ours, I think ours are just incredibly generous. So whenever someone hosts a party and I get to tell them that they get $400 in free jewelry and they get to get four half offs and they get to get a bonus, I mean, they're like, wait, really? I get 400 free? I'm like, yeah. So you can get an impression bracelet, you can get the Aspen necklace, you can you can shop the higher end pieces. It's so much fun. Okay. Um, and then some of your hostess can receive even more than that. I have had a lady got 1,200. I've had a few get 700, and then I have a few that get 200. But it doesn't matter because it's all fun and they all add up, right? Okay. As far as the stylists are concerned, we have a very, very generous compensation plan. Okay, so commissions start anywhere from 30 to 50%, depending on if you come in just like you've never been in direct sales before, never been a leader before, you'll start at 30%, which is very generous. A friend of mine in another company, she makes 15 or something like that. Ours is 30. Then if you come in through the direct to point program like I did, you can make even a better commission rate than that. And then from there, if you go into higher leaderships, there's some bonuses. We have a Mercedes car program. Once you unlock these programs, you don't have to try and unlock them again, which is really nice. We also get lots of perks of free jewelry. So in today's mail, actually, I got $300 worth of free jewelry in today's mail. We have it's called Rich Rewards Club. So every month we can earn over $1,000 in free jewelry. So that allows me to not have to spend money out of my pocket for prizes for my VIPs or for hostesses if I want to incentivize anything or my team. I can offer up free jewelry and just say, if we do this, you can get this. And it's really fun to be able to give away jewelry. I know my customers love that I give away so much jewelry, and I think that's kind of my love language is giving and receiving gifts. So I'm all about that. Okay, so let's talk for a minute about the direct to point program. Uh, I think we're the only company really that does this. And if you are watching and you are currently in another direct sales or you have been previously, I want you to put direct sales in the comments just so we can kind of get an idea if I'm preaching to the choir or if there's somebody here. Okay. So it's just like a job interview. If I went and interviewed at Walmart, I'm not going to interview for a teller. I'm going to be interviewing for a corporate job in their accounting department, probably in their cost accounting, maybe even managerial, okay, because of my experience. So it makes sense then if I came into Park Lane and I've already got direct sales experience, I can do a quick little interview and we talk about my leadership at the previous company, or we talk about, your sales at a previous company, your trips you've earned at the previous company. You can talk about all of those things and they bring you in, they acknowledge that just like a job interview, and you get to come in at a leader level. And we have quite a few leader levels. I came in as division and then promoted to senior division. And and then when I promoted, I also No, see, I did that first. I think my first trip I earned, I unlocked Mercedes. Some of the things go hand in hand. And so, like, as you're trying for one thing, several things happen at once. So that's kind of fun. Um, so let's see, let me check out here. So let's see, I came in. Oh, the biggie, you never demote. Okay. I could have my whole team quit. Like they could all go, yeah, I've got enough, whatever, whatever their reasoning is. They can all quit, and I still stay a senior division leader. I still make the same commission, and I just work on building my team. So that is a really cool thing. You're not constantly chasing it. You're not constantly hounding somebody to turn in sales because you are not at risk. So that is a nice feeling. It's a weight off your shoulders, and you can actually focus then on actually leading your team and, being part of your VIP group and doing the things that you enjoy doing. Okay. Um, Park Lane, also another different thing is we have a corporate fundraiser program. So a lot of people love fundraising, like that's their love language is to raise money for, different 501(c)s, different organizations. And with Park Lane, they give back 50% of the sales to the people. So if you have a fundraiser and they sell $1,000 in jewelry, Park Lane is going to cut them a check for $500. You get paid commission on the other 500, and all the sales, the whole 1,000, counts towards any incentives or trips or anything that you're trying to earn. So it's a really cool program. It's super easy. I do two a year is all I do. I do one in the spring and one in the fall. But a lot of people do several every month. It's just with my schedule, I just choose to devote for two particular ones. I kind of make it an exclusive deal and have two a year. You can also do like the other kind where you give up part of your commission if you want. Maybe it's someone working on a mission trip or, traveling ball team or something. They're not a 501(c), but you can do a different kind of fundraiser and give up some of your commission if you want. So that's some ideas for you. Um, okay, then another thing that's great about Park Lane is we get to write our own story. You can add Park Lane into your beauty shop. You could add it into your boutique. You could set it up in your garage and have a business out of there. You can do what you want. You can advertise it on your personal profile. Park Lane is not, it's not a policing thing. Like they just want us to have fun, tell our story, and sell the jewelry. And it's really fun. So I like that. And it goes great in addition to what you already sell. Like if you're already doing another direct sales, jewelry lays in nicely with a lot of things, whether it's, skincare, um, makeup, clothes, jewelry goes with everything. Like it's a whole package. So that works good if you do other things. Okay, so chapter 4 of our story is why now? Well, again, why not now? Okay, we are topping the charts on growth. Park Lane is. It has grown so much since I joined. It used to be 400%. It might even be more than that now. It's just crazy. Um, a few still love to do in person or vendor events, but you can totally do this business online. So that's a great for a why now. It's not going to interfere with your life at all. You can sit in the pickup line at school and post some pictures in your VIP or send some messages. And you're just sharing the sales. If someone told you you had a cute top on, you automatically go, thanks, I got this for 20 bucks at TJ Maxx. Same thing with the jewelry. You're just sharing your deals. You're saying, thanks, these bliss earrings just came back and they're only 20 some dollars. They're super pretty, and that's just how you do it. You're not selling anything, you're sharing the stories. Okay. Um, we have women and men that use it to supplement their retirement. That's what I do now. It was my side thing, but now it's kind of, I'd say it's bigger than my retirement is. So that's a plus. It's getting dark in here. I'm gonna have to turn my notes to the light. Okay, we have mothers with young children who use it as a way to connect with other adults because, if you remember when you had kids, sometimes you go want to talk to adults. So it's great for that. Plus it's extra income. Maybe you have travel ball, travel volleyball, travel everything. It's amazing what these kids come up with that they need money for. Um, So it's nice to have some extra income where you're not thinking, okay, well, let's see, that only leaves me this much for the grocery store if little Jimmy wants to go play travel ball. It is just so much better that way. Um, and then again, we have a lot of professionals. We have a lot of corporate jobs, teachers, nurses, just everyday jobs that do this on the side because it fits everything. Okay. A lot of people have never sold anything before and they wouldn't even consider themselves a jewelry person. But like I said, it's fun. And you don't have to be a salesman. You're a storyteller. So that is fun. Okay. And there's never been, a better time. So that's my why now. Okay, so my last question, I think, let me make sure there. Oh, no, that wasn't the last question. Okay, kit options in the why now, because we have a kit that's amazing. For $129, okay, you get to choose 500 in jewelry of your choice. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a pretty good deal. I love a bargain, and so if I could, I would be signing up every month because that's a good deal. So, like, that's a real good why now thing. Okay, there are no monthly fees. There are no website fees for the first year. Your 129 covers 1 year of website and gets you the kit. And then each year you pay another 129 for your website. Now, if you break that down, it's way less than 15 a month. And I don't know about you, but most direct sales companies, the one I was in, it was like $16 a month. So it was more. And it was a monthly fee that just kept on, kept on, and kept on. And this, you don't have that. So that's nice. Um, okay, so chapter 5 of our story is can I do it? Okay, yes, you can do it. I mean, why can't you do it? Like I said, you're sharing your story, you're layering it into your life. Um, you can just do it easy, whether I used to work full time, now I'm retired, and it's just so fun. Even when I worked, I would do a lunch hour live or I would do a dirt road drive. I live on a mile of dirt road. So I would go live for my dirt road drive, tell them what dropped for the day, show them what I'm wearing. I might do a lunch hour live if something came out midday, or maybe I just got a wild hair and thought, I'll show them this. And I would do a lunch hour live or I just schedule posts. But I worked around my full-time job and my life, and it did not take away from my life. It just added some value to it and some fun. So I mean, I just really think it's a good deal for the fun factor. Um, let's see. Okay, I want you to drop a 3 in the chat if you have ever spent money on something with no return. Like, how many times in your life have you wasted $100 on something, whether it be a supplement, I'm like known for that, or some sort of drink mix, or you're going to magically lose weight and you didn't, but you spent $100 on it. There's all kinds of things in life, whether it was a pair of tennis shoes and you never ran a mile in your life, all those things. I've wasted countless money. I told my husband one time, I said, how many wrenches do you own? Do you even turn those wrenches? No. So same thing, okay? But with Park Lane, you're going to at least have $500 in jewelry for trying it, right? So, I mean, that's a definite why not? I mean, to me, it's like that's the best deal in the book, and why not? So, I think that's a pretty good deal. Okay, so I need to put in the comments too. Let me do that on the form you're going to fill out. Let me go over here to my messenger and grab it because you're going to fill out this Google form and I'm going to give you a code word in just a minute.
Oh, you need your phone number. You have.
Let's see. Somebody's not muted. That's okay for a minute. Let's see. Let me find my messenger. Okay. Dropping the Google form link into the chat there for you. So you're going to open that, copy and paste it if you want now. You can paste it to yourself in Messenger. You can go ahead and open it in a new window if you want, because you're going to need to fill that out. And the stylist who invited you can also get you that link if you can't get it from here. but it is in the chat now. And the next thing we're going to do is the code word. And since we're talking about living a great story, I think the sequel is going to be up to you guys, okay? So I'm going to be bold and I'm going to say, welcome to the team. Welcome to our story and our chapters. And I can't wait to see what sequel you write and what your chapters are because it's so fun to watch people grow and get more confidence and just kind of grow into themselves in this business. You'll be amazed, like maybe going live scares you to death. Maybe doing one of these calls scares you to death. And then before long, it's part of you and it just creates more confidence and people see that in you and that also draws people into you. It's just really a cool thing. Okay. So our code word is going to be story. Okay. So that's what you're going to put into the survey, and it's going to ask you like 4 or 5 questions. It's not hard. You don't have to sign away any kids or anything. And even though you might want to, you don't get to sign your kids away. But you're going to fill that out, and story is going to be your code word. And we're going to open the floor for any questions. So let me know, does anybody have any questions? You can type them in the chat. You can unmute yourself. Um, However you want to do it. I'm here to answer any questions. We'll just spill all the tea. Oh, I forgot to show you guys too. Um, the prize that we're giving away for the survey is an Asteria bracelet. I'll show you mine. I'm giving this away tonight. And so I will mail that to the drawing winner. And this is no longer available, so everyone's going to want it. But that's what the prize is for tonight for filling out the Google form. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm an open book. Park Lane's an open book. Anyone? I feel like Ferris Bueller. Anyone? Anyone? No questions? Can't believe that I answered everything. There's probably something that someone wants to know that I forgot to ask. I also forgot to change my name on here. My name's not Sally Neff. Um, Again, I'm Sara Inman if you wanted to know. But okay, so I think we are done. If you guys don't have any questions, we'd like to keep this around 30 minutes and we're at 31. So just wanted to invite you guys. Oh, let's see. How many levels have I moved up? Okay, so I did come in as division. So I came in a little higher. There's fashion director, then there's branch director, then there's area director, and then there's a division. And I came in as division, and then I've moved up to senior division. So I've moved up one. The next move up for me is I need a lot bigger team probably to move up to the next one. So, um, yeah, that's how many I've gone up. The code word is story. That's what you'll put in the surveys, story, because we're going to write our own story and you're going to write your own story. And Park Lane allows us to write our own stories, which is amazing because sometimes some companies kind of tie your hands, but Park Lane does not do that. So that's fun. Okay. Okay, I think we're done. I'm going to let you guys go. And everybody have a great night. If you have any questions, just reach out. Like I said, I'll answer anything. I'll even tell you all the horses' names if you want to know those. So just ask me anything you want. Okay. We will see you guys later, and thanks for joining us.